Do you want to raise more capital for your multifamily deals? Capital makes the multifamily world go round. Well, that is a song, but talking about something totally different. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the 5 steps you need to take to raise more capital for your multifamily investment. So make sure you hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss more videos about building wealth through real estate. I'm Seth Ferguson. Let's get right into it and talk about raising capital for multifamily. All right, so like I said in the intro, there are 5 steps to take when raising capital, and it is a process. So just like we have a process for evaluating properties, we have an underwriting process, we have a due diligence process, we also have a repeatable process we use when raising capital from investors. Once you master it, once you have it down, you can use it time and time again. So let's get right into it and cover the 5 steps. So I'm going to draw a funnel right here, and a funnel's really important here because what's going to happen is as we move through each step, we're going to eliminate prospects from it. So we're going to start with a large number at the top. By the time we get to the bottom, we'll have a smaller, more qualified, more serious group of individuals who are ready to invest their capital into your deal. So number 1 at the top right here. So first thing we need is what's called a lead magnet. Oh, magnet. There we go. So a lead magnet is something of value. So it's a freebie that we're going to put out there to attract the attention of a prospect. Now, a prospect is somebody who's out there who may be interested in investing their money in a real estate deal. They're not quite sure, but they're looking around and they see the lead magnet and they raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested in this. Tell me more. So what sort of examples of lead magnets can we have? We can have a book, like a hard copy book. We can have an ebook. We can have a report, like a market report, that sort of thing. We can have a white paper that you can write. What other things can we do? We can do a case study. We can have a top 10 list. So, top 10 mistakes real estate investors make. The top 10 steps to get started as a brand new real estate investor. All these sorts of, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can have a webinar, a web class, you can have a challenge, whatever it is. It's something designed to attract the attention of your ideal prospect. So somebody who is interested in investing possibly in your real estate deal. So we offer the lead magnet for free. We put it out there. And it's kind of like there's the pond, we throw the line out there, and all the fish who are hungry, they're going to come closer to our hook. So we're just throwing the line out there. We're advertising it. It's a high quality piece of information, and it's there for somebody who may be interested in moving further down our funnel and investing in one of our multifamily deals. And when we give out our lead magnet, so we're giving information for free, but we're also going to receive something, and that's the leads, the prospects, contact information, whether it's their email address, whether it's their mailing address, whether it's their phone number. It's an exchange. We're giving out the free information they want in exchange for their contact info. And one thing I've noticed that works really well these days is physical lead magnets. So sending out a book, because you have their mailing address now and you can actually follow up with some other cool stuff rather than just an email. So be creative with your lead magnets. But once we have the lead magnet and the prospect's contact information, we have to move to step number 2, which is qualification. Qualification is where we start asking questions. We learn more about the prospect. So some people will qualify by sending out a survey for the prospect to complete. Some people hop on a phone call. Some people meet in person. Some people do a Zoom call. However you want to do it, you need to collect more information, because all at this point is they've raised their hand and said, hey, send me some free information about this stuff. Now you have to dig a little bit deeper. What are their goals? What do they do? How much capital do they have? What sort of investments? What's their risk profile like? All these questions are things you have to ask so you can have a better understanding of who your prospect is. They are not a lead at this point. A prospect is somebody who's raised their hand. A lead is somebody who has a decent chance or a decent prospects of investing in your deal. So once they've qualified themselves, once you've gone through the qualification process, now they become a lead. So we have prospect up here. So lead magnet qualification. Now we move on to step number 3. And step number 3 is trust and credibility. So it would be very unusual for somebody to receive your free lead magnet, go through your qualification process, answer all the questions, and say, yeah, I'm 100% confident to give you $100,000 of my money, go invest it. That's not the way real people operate. So once you've qualified them, you have a better understanding of who they are as a person, what their dreams are, what they want to accomplish. Now we have to build trust and credibility. Now we can accomplish this in many different ways. If you have a book, you can send them a copy of your book. If you've done interviews on in the media, for example, you can send them those interviews to build credibility. You can send them reviews, some case studies, testimonials. Everybody will have a slightly different process to play to their strengths. Maybe one person's done a whole bunch of news interviews talking about a certain market or a type of asset class, whereas another person might have written 3 or 4 well-received books. Everybody's going to play to their own strengths, but this is crucial to moving them further down the funnel so they're actually, they like you, they trust you, they feel that you're competent. Because at this point, a lead magnet doesn't prove competence. It just shows that you have information they want. You qualify them to make sure that they're somebody who you want to move down to your funnel. But now the prospect, it's up to them. Like, they have to trust you, and you have to do a great job at showing them your value and what you can do for them. Now, once you've built that trust and credibility, we move down to step number 4. And before I get to step number 4, I just want to say, if you want to raise more capital and learn how to do this, come to the Multifamily Conference, May 14th and 15th. We have Kevin O'Leary talking about how to pitch investors and raise more capital. We've got Joel Block talking about how to structure syndications and funds so you can effectively and efficiently deploy capital. We've got Joe Fairless, who's almost at $2 billion in multifamily assets under management. And our other top speakers cover every single aspect of the multifamily business, from financing, underwriting, development, construction, you name it. So go to multifamilyconference.ca and reserve your seat now. We are live and in person. So let's get back to number 4. So once we've built that trust and credibility, now this doesn't happen in 15 minutes. This doesn't happen in 2 days. This is a process. So you will have to develop what process works best for you in terms of building that trust and credibility. But the goal is to get them to step number 4, where we have the opportunity. So ideally, in a perfect world, if you need to raise capital for a deal, you will have already done these 3 steps well in advance. So by the time you have a deal, by the time you have an opportunity, you've got your investors primed. They like you, they trust you, they think you're credible. So when you do present the opportunity, they're ready to rock and roll. You don't want to start this process when you have to be down here. It just doesn't work that quickly. So with the opportunity, this is where you say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Investor, I have this opportunity I'm looking at. We have it under contract. This is what it's looking like. And because you've built that trust and credibility, and because you've qualified them to make sure they're the type of person you want to work with and they meet all your criteria, you should have a strong chance of raising money from that person, as long as you've done your homework up here. The qualification, do they have the money? Is your asset the right fit? Is their risk profile a good fit for you? Are their styles similar to you? All that sort of stuff. And then you've built that trust and credibility, the like factor up here. Once you've done this, they'll be ready and primed to invest in your opportunity. So you have to do a great job at marketing the opportunity, displaying or pitching it the right way, presenting it the right way, so that way it hits all the questions that they have, making sure everybody fully understands what's going on in the opportunity, how they're going to make their money, what does that look like, etc. Once you've pitched that opportunity, now we have step number 5, which is you have to close. And that's where you actually get the investor funds. So they'll wire the funds. And this is depending on how you're going to raise, what structure you're using. This is going to vary on how you close, but they'll wire the funds or give you the check for the funds for the opportunity, and then you can then close on the deal with your investor capital. So that is a 5-step process for raising capital for multifamily real estate. You have start off with the lead magnet, then you qualify the prospects. Once they've been qualified, they turn into a lead. You build that trust and credibility. Then once you've done that, you can present an opportunity. And once you do a good job with this, you end up closing. Your heavy lifting is up here. And down here, as long as you do your work up at the front, this part should take care of itself. So if you like this video, if you found this useful, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and don't forget to join my free Facebook group, link down right below, and I hope to see you at the Multifamily Conference May 14th and 15th in the beautiful city of Toronto. So until next time, happy investing.